What's up, YouTube? Today, I want to talk about something that people get real uncomfortable talking about, but I'm gonna say it. Japan overly idolizes white people. And I'm not talking about the way they get treated type-ish. I'm talking about aspiration. The idea of whiteness as something admired, centered, and quietly wished for. Now, I'm not just talking about dating or social situation. This is baked into part of the society, the media, and the marketing. And if you think I'm exaggerating, sweetheart, just start paying attention. Now let's start with the big elephant in the room, anime. Because this is the easiest place to see it. If you don't believe it, anime characters are Japanese. They speak Japanese, they live in Japan, for the most part. But look at how they're drawn. Blonde hair, blue eyes, European features, even if they don't have blonde hair and blue eyes. Some of them appear European, right? Sailor Moon, Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist. These characters are not foreigners. They're meant to be Japanese, but visually, they're very white. And people love to say, oh, it's just stylization. Okay, but stylization reflects desire. You don't stylize what you don't admire. And this connects directly to real-life beauty standards. Skin lightening products everywhere, lighter skin, higher nose bridges, double eyelid surgery. Now, I have never heard a Japanese person openly say, I wish I had blonde hair, blue eyes, and lighter skin. But you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it in order for somebody to notice it. And you see it in pop culture obsession too. Japanese people are obsessed with certain Western white women like Taylor Swift and Jennifer Lawrence. And I don't mean in like a, she is cute kind of way. I mean an obsession of thinking these people are the most beautiful people that ever touched the earth. Now, in America, maybe 15 years ago, that was a thing. But now, we don't really care like that. But I'm not saying we as in me, I'm saying like, you know what I mean. I never cared, to be honest. But anyways, but here, they're still treated like the peak ideal. I remember about 2 years ago now, around the Olympics, me and my friend Takuya were talking about the basketball portion, and there was this woman basketball player with blonde hair and blue eyes. I guess she's popular, sure. I forgot her name. I don't really pay attention to the WNBA like that, I'm not gonna lie. But my friend starts going on about how obsessed he is with her. And this is the first time he's ever seen her. And I said, oh yeah, she's cute. Then completely unprompted, he says, you know, Japanese people love blonde hair and blue eyes. Actually, all men do. All men? Pause. I stopped him right there because obsession is a heavy word, and that's just not true. I don't believe. You know, I have brothers, and to my knowledge, they were never obsessed with blonde hair and blue-eyed women. I've never seen that around my household. And I mean, attraction is normal, you know, but obsession, that's pretty heavy. That's projection. And when I pushed back, he doubled down and he said, oh, all men of course like blonde hair, blue-eyed women. They just wouldn't say it to an Asian or Black woman's face. And that's when I just completely checked out of the conversation entirely, because I was like, this is ridiculous. Because like, what kind of comment is that really? What made you think that that was valid? That wasn't honesty, that was just pedestal behavior being justified. And this mindset shows up a lot. If you look at the English school advertisements in Japan, when they promote English teachers, who do you usually see? The whitest person they can find. Blonde hair, blue eyes, fake ass bank commercial smile. And even though English is spoken countless in countries, the image being sold is very specific, and it's not an accident. Parents will literally ask, where is the teacher from? But what they're really asking is, are they white? Because for a lot of people here, whiteness equals legitimacy. It equals real English. And this does not stop with adults. Now, there is a popular photo studio chain in Japan called Studio Kofre. It's a family photo studio. Kids, babies, shichigo-san, all of that. This is not some small private business. It's a chain. And when you look at the main advertisements, the kids in the photos aren't even Japanese. They're white. White babies, white kids. And the crazy part is, the parents that are being represented are Japanese. Do you see where I'm going with this? Being used to represent Japanese family memories. Think about that for a second. So when people say, oh, Japanese people just think white people are cute and cool. Nah, bro, I'm sorry, it goes deeper than that. It's about who gets centered, who gets idealized, who gets put on posters, screens, billboards. And the wildest part, a lot of white foreigners will say, oh, Japan treats foreigners so well. No, Japan treats you well. And that's not a bad thing, that's just honesty. Some of us have different experiences than others. Now, this of course does not mean Japanese people are completely in the wrong. I of course blame media for this way of thinking. There's just a clear preference, and pretending it doesn't exist doesn't make it disappear. And before someone says you're being sensitive, no. Do your research. I'm being observant, and there is a difference. Now, if you live in Japan and you've noticed it, you already know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't noticed it, well, you might be the one being glazed. All right, YouTube, what did you think of the video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I am out for today. See you in the next one. Bye.